Hey guys, it's Saru, and it's been a little while since I've made a video, and honestly, before I really get into the whole video making business thing once again, I wanted to reach out and talk to you guys. You, right there on the toilet, listening to me with your phone as your neighbors wonder what you're listening to right now. Hi.
Wow, you're finally back.
So let's begin. So as you know, a lot has happened to me. Hell, us, in the last few months. For me though, you guys probably know, I got hacked, and then I had no channel or any way to reach out to you guys for about 6 months. So that's strike one. I'm not gonna get into it because you guys already know and I've already babbled on about it 1,000 times. Secondly, I started my MMORPG media gaming news website, Sarumonin.com, which was becoming a pretty awesome success actually. It came with a lot of pressures, a lot of people nagging me to release content and stuff like that, and that's strike 2. And honestly, for strike 3, 4, 5, and 6, and so on, a lot of stress was happening in real life. A lot of depression was hitting me due to COVID and people's irresponsibility, which was affecting me. Shouldn't, but it was. And my album not coming out on time due to some distribution errors, and I'll talk about that in a minute. As well as a lot of things like signing up with Frederator to manage me and essentially help me take my platform to the next level and so much more. But to be honest, that's not like a stress, that's like a good stress, but it's still like I had a lot of pressures on me, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So basically, I had a lot of motherfucking shit going on at the same time on my plate, and I needed a break. I needed a break before I broke. So I decided to take it one day at a time in July, and decided to eventually just take the whole month off of social media, off of YouTube, and off of trying to figure out what's wrong and dealing with stress. So honestly, I just went to the beach a lot. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Gasp. COVID, beach, Saru, my lord. But no, there are some beaches up here in Canada that are heavily secured with sections that are just, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, each section requires being tested and making sure that you don't have any symptoms, basically, if that makes any sense. And from there, just getting a nice wristband and enjoying the beach in said section. Now, each section has a limited amount of people that can join or be, like, you know, you can't have like 5,000 people in one section. It's like 175 or something total. And if you come in without a wristband or come out without a wristband, that's like $750 you have to pay. So it was really good. I was relaxed. I was good. I needed that time off. I went to a hotel for a few days and just kind of chilled. I needed that. So for my music, a lot of people reached out to me wondering what was up. They wanted to hear it and all that stuff because of my song To Be, which I released a few weeks ago on my Discord. So if you're not on there, make sure to join. So what happened with my music? Oh lord. So I'll go over this briefly because I know that a lot of people, the majority of people that come here on my channel are for gaming and they don't really care about the music, which is fine. I don't take it personally. I never really intended to kind of merge both, I guess, personas, but it's one person, so I figured why not. So I'll just talk about that. So where to start? I started working with a few producers last year that had some amazing beats that I just couldn't stop listening to. Actually, I think it was late 2018 that I started listening to one beat. It's called Burning It All. Actually, it was called Burning. I called it Burning It All because of the lyrics and the way I worked it around and stuff. And I had a demo for that, but it was stuck in my head for a few months, and then I finally started getting down to it around early 2019. So I had those ready. I recorded for a few months, mixed the music mostly, and then handed off my stems to my record label, who has a really awesome studio that takes care of mixing and mastering. So they were mixing as well and mastering. They took care of that, and it took some time, but it was finally ready to release. And I had a nice date that was poetic to me. We worked around this. My whole team and I figured out this is the right time. It works out. It's cheesy, but it works. The date was going to be July 7th, 2020. Now the record was called Mirrors, and it's all about self-reflection, moving on, and basically growing up, and basically breaking those mirrors to kind of move past them and finding out who you really are, if that really makes sense. It's basically the whole essence of the record. So basically it's 7 songs, and it's all about reflections, like I just said, and it's 7 years of bad luck when you break a mirror. And when you're looking back in your past and you're like, damn, I wish I should have done that better, they always say that hindsight is 2020. So I know it was cheesy, but 7/7/2020 just worked out perfectly for me. Fortunately for me, even though it's not out yet, it should be out in the next week or two, assuming all goes well. It will still say that it came out on that date, which it didn't, but it'll affect everything, but whatever. That date was kind of important to me, to the essence of the record. So, stuff happened with distribution teams. You have to talk to the teams at Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, and so many more distribution teams that it was pretty hectic. I was on the phone most of the month. I was at the beach, and I would still get phone calls talking to my manager and talking to the distribution teams about who is this, what's going on, and essentially there were a lot of issues. Not with the music itself, but apparently there was another artist with my name that was essentially taking credit of my music. Why is this a problem? Because they can get any revenue that comes from any stream. So an example is, and my numbers could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that 100,000 streams on Spotify pays about $400, whereas 100,000 streams on Tidal pays about $2,000. So anyways, there was an artist taking credit. So anything that I would have made would have gone to them, and that's an issue. So it became a legal thing where we had to take care of it, and eventually it was all set to go. That was until I heard the master recordings, and I heard one tiny sound in a song. I think it was actually Burning It All. The tiny sound was missed by 3 studio engineers that mastered the tracks and did not hear it. Kind of blows my mind, but I told them, stop the release, fix that sound, remove it. I don't know why it's there, and then we can release. The issue was me, actually. I heard my tracks, the stems, and I found exactly where it was, and it was a tiny noise that honestly the majority of people would not have heard, but it was after, or it was during a chorus, and it was like this. That sound I heard, and I was like, nope, fix. So yeah, it was bugging me, and I had to get it fixed, I guess. So that's where we're at now. We're just waiting for the release now because it sucks. But yeah, this is actually my fault this time, but originally it was not my fault. So I was really looking forward to releasing it, but here we are. But anyways, if you're interested in listening to one of those tracks, which is called To Be, which I just mentioned earlier, it'll be in the description below. Okay, moving away from that. I had a long ass month, and honestly, it's not as easy to walk away from YouTube as people think. I can't just get up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna take a break. I have partnerships I need to take care of, sponsors that require me to release a certain amount of content and all that stuff, and I'm so grateful that those companies all understood. I'm under contract with any partner that I'm with, and that means, for example, with Pearl Abyss, I have to release a certain amount of content weekly or monthly, whatever we worked out, and it works. So that's kind of an insight for anyone that's wanting to become a YouTuber. You need to kind of hit those marks, those requirements, or else you're kind of taking off the partnership. So like I said, I am very grateful for people like Pearl Abyss, who I reached out and we talked. I apologize for not being able to release Black Desert content. The game is great, and it's just not where I am right now. A lot of content that I can cover except for news, and due to a lot of things going on, especially in that month, I didn't release anything. I did have a live stream or two to I had time, and I figured why not. So I hope the companies didn't really ever take that as, oh, he has time. No, I was completely gone that month, basically. So a lot of obligations needed to be met, and I just couldn't meet them because it was a lot going on. So during my time of relaxation, I realized that the TERA community, who grew me and became an essence of my channel, was growing and asking for more and more content. Yeah, I mean, I won't say much on TERA, but I will say this. At the time that Cobalt Dragon was fired, I was upset. I was pissed off. Upset because it felt like no one really fought for him. Like, he was there for, I think, a decade or almost a decade. That is a majority, a big, large chunk dedicated from his life to Masse Entertainment. Whether it was TERA, whether it was Critica, whether it was Zombies, Monsters, Robots, whether it was Closers, whatever. I said a lot of what might be construed as hurtful things towards Masse Entertainment, and in reality, it was always coming from a place of do better. I know there were people there that spoke with me, that tried to get information from me, that even made up some fake information and screenshots and videos to kind of get me in trouble or whatever. I didn't really care. That's always in any community, for any game. I didn't really care. And Mass and I were we knew where we stood. There wasn't any bridges burnt, but there was a lot of hurt. But anything that I said I've never said stuff like Mass. I never said the company was garbage or anything like that. I've actually admired the customer support team, which is absolutely amazing. But they don't have any community team. They don't take care of the community because there is no community team. They have gotten better over the last 8 months, where it's been pretty crazy. I mean, a lot has gone on. They laid off a lot of people, but it's gotten better. A lot of people are still hurt by that, but I think it's gotten better. I've seen stuff that, has gotten better. What blew my mind was the Awakening patch notes. I saw them, and when I first saw the patch notes, and if you're on my Discord and you kind of got this interaction with my actual reaction, it's like 80 pages. It was a lot of pages. I always said during that time, before NMAS even translated, yeah, they're not going to do this. They're going to do like 1 page or 2, but they're not going to actually translate all of this. So I worked with a lot of the community members, and we kind of puzzled it together, and we figured out what was the patch notes, and we actually got it right 100% of the content. But when NMAS actually released the patch notes, it was so detailed. It was more detailed than what we did. It was more detailed than even what KRAFTON did on their patch notes for their website and stuff, which is TERA-console.com. It's pretty crazy. So I was super impressed, and actually managed to talk to the producers at NMAS about the whole process and stuff, and it was pretty cool. So again, my place was always coming from do better, listen more, appreciate the community that wants to support you. We want you to hear us because we appreciate you. We appreciate the game. We just want a few things: better servers, better communication, which communication has gotten better, don't get me wrong, and to listen to us when we say that stuff needs to be fixed, or whether that means in a content sense or an event sense or economical. So whatever. Yeah. With TERA, I cut off ties with NMAS as their volunteer moderator, which I was there for nearly 2 years and helped with the events and user feedback and all that stuff. A lot of the stuff that you saw in the events from 2018 to early 2020 was all stuff that I helped pick out. I helped with the rest of my team, which honestly there wasn't a lot of people. At that time, it was really just me and one other person out of like a team of 6. I'm not calling anybody out, but I'm just saying the inactivity was there because we were overproducing. We were basically doing more than was asked of us. So a lot of the event items that were there that were really juicy, a lot of the event ideas, timelines and stuff like that was helped by us. I never worked there. I should not have to stress this enough, but I see it everywhere. Oh my god, I see it on global chat. I see it on people messaging me, and when they invite me to voice chat and tell me, oh, he used to work there. I never worked at NMAS. So I was a volunteer moderator or player council. Same name, different, I don't know, it's just a fancier name, I guess. Completely by choice, no pay, nothing. It was just there because, I don't know, I always loved the community, I guess. I also left their partnership program, which sadly enough ended up being shut down about a week or 2 after my departure. And I started focusing on other things, not just TERA. And then one day I decided to take a leap of faith and reach out to the lead developer of TERA Console. And I created a place where players could ask questions, get communication, and all that stuff directly from the, well, I don't know, lack for a better word, creators of TERA, and not the publishers. Now, I'm not attacking the publishers. Sometimes the publishers actually don't have information to give, or sometimes they're legally binded from saying anything. So I figured, why not go above everything and just talk to the lead developer then? So anyways, moving forward, I've talked a lot over here. I don't want to really just ramble on, which I already have for I don't even know how long now. I do have an amazing opportunity to work with KRAFTON Bluehole as their content creator, creating guides, again, new opportunities, and I've been offered something that I don't think many people get straight from the developer, a partnership. I won't talk too much about it, but I leave it to you guys to speculate, I guess. And I really want to know what you guys think about it. So let me know in the comments below. Would you like me to do TERA content again? Guides, builds, and all that? Not exclusively. And that does not mean that I'm only going to make TERA content. I just mean, you know, once a month, twice a month or something. Yeah. The only difference would be that it would not be a partnership with Masse Entertainment. And to be clear, EME and I do have a partnership of sorts. We're not partnered in the sense that they give me stuff like cosmetics to show off and stuff like that in order to create content. No. Our partnership is basically that on the forums, if you go to forums.nmas.com/TERA, you'll see that there is a big banner there that says Sarumonin Guides or whatever. So it's basically a cooperative advertisement partnership of sorts. I don't know, like that. So it's nothing to do with NMAS. This is working directly with the team in Korea that actually develops the game. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys would actually like to see me do more about that in the comments below. And yeah, I don't know. Could be cool to return. I do hate making guides though. I'm being straight up, and those who have seen my live streams know I do hate them. Mainly, and to be honest, it's mainly because I got a lot of PC players that would join the videos and they would complain about how something was wrong or something was incorrect or whatever. Luckily, we're in a console only environment now, so I feel like a lot of the things I would say, I'm not saying my guides or anything are like 100% right. You know, some stuff is wrong. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm perfect. I mean, in the first year, I know I released a lot of videos that some information was wrong. The overall content was not wrong of the guide, but there was something like every 10% or something would be enraged or something like that, so that was wrong. So yeah, so I don't know. Anyways, for the next video, which should be on Wednesday, should be my impressions and reviews on TERA's Awakening system, and that should be juicy. I will try my best to upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday if I can, and if I can't, don't hold it against me. Sometimes I need a break too. So starting today, my website should be back in order, YouTube is back in order, and I guess we're back to making content. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe and click that adorable f***ing bell to know when I upload a brand new video. Want to support me even further? Join my Patreon at patreon.com/Sarumonin. And don't forget to come join my Discord if you want to chat and hang out. Much love, and as always, till next time, friends.